See, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here, you're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat
James
Sports
Lynch here for Combat Sports UK, talking to Jai Herbert, who's going to be taking on Kyle Nelson, a Canadian, coming up here at UFC London on July 23rd. Jai, how are you, man?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, of course, we do this. It's like a ritual. Every fight, we got to get you on here. So they tell you you're fighting Kyle Nelson. Did you know anything about him when you took this fight? Because he fought primarily as a featherweight.
No, I didn't know much about him, to be honest, when I got the name. But I was just happy to, be fighting on London. So it didn't really matter who the opponent was. So I'm just happy to, get the fight on London. But obviously, I know who he is now, and I've been, I've looked at his fights. I've had a look at him, so yeah, I know what he's about. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and just how excited were you to not only get on UFC London, but it looked like you got a full camp. Like, it seemed like everything's kind of ideal heading into the matchup.
Yeah, man. I got a new contract.
Oh, awesome! Four fights, I imagine.
Yeah, 4-fight contract. Got a fight in London at my home. I ain't got to travel far. Everything just seemed like it fell into place. So I'm glad to be in the situation I'm in. So yeah, man, let's get it rolling.
Let's talk quickly about your last fight. I know you didn't get the win, man, but you were very close to finishing a very hype prospect in Ilia Topuria. You looked great in the fight. Is that kind of what you took away from the matchup, that you were very close to winning that fight and you looked really good kind of leading up to the finish?
I don't know. I just take away I made a really bad error, to be honest. I think errors that I shouldn't have made. I shouldn't have been doing. Fighting with my back against the cage, throwing combinations when I had my back against the cage, where literally he likes to have his opponent. He's got finishes in the same style, and I'm there trading with him. It was a very bad error upon myself. I mean, I was winning the fight comfortably. I could have just danced around and jabbed his head off and won the rest of the fight. You know what I mean? He took me down. I dealt with his good groundwork. Got back to my feet, and I was just pinging him with every shot I wanted. But I just made a stupid error, and it cost me the fight.
But saying that, I imagine the feedback was pretty good, because that was a really wild fight. I know a lot of people were talking about the matchup and just what went in. Because I feel like, to be honest, a lot of people were overlooking you in that fight, and you really showed that you're a talented guy.
Yeah, I mean, people's overlooking me, you get messages saying, "Oh, the bookies are saying this. Oh, you're like 3-1, 4-1 or whatever." I'm like, I don't know what you messaged me telling me that, but it sort of pissed me off a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why are you overlooking me? I'm like this guy. I thought I was going to beat him. You know what I mean? I thought, and I was in there showing that I'm a level above. But fair play to him. He took that head kick. He took a knee to the head. He took all these shots, man. He was just. Fair play to him. He came out strong in the second round, and he was, he stuck in there, and he got, he got that shot. So you got to take him out after him, to be honest. So yeah, but it's just how the game goes sometimes.
For sure. Let's move ahead. Let's talk about Kyle Nelson, 13-4 record. Now that you've had a chance to kind of assess him as an opponent, how do you feel like you match up against him here?
Yeah. Kyle's, he's a rough, tough guy. Comes out very strong straight away. Likes to throw, combinations. Looks quite strong. He will wrestle as well. Look to wrestle. He likes to mix it up. You know what I mean? So he's a good, tough opponent. Got to stay switched on the whole 3 rounds. And yeah, man, I'm looking to get the 3 rounds in this time. I'm not looking to get. I'm looking to go there. I'm looking to get 3 rounds. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking to do. 3 clinical rounds. Picking him apart. That's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm going to do.
What do you make about the layoff? He hasn't fought since I think August of 2020, and he's moving up a weight class. Like, do you think that'll play a role in the fight, or you just you don't even worry about that? Nah,
he's fought at lightweight before. I'm sure I've seen he fought his debut was at lightweight against Ferreira.
Mm-hmm.
Top name Diego Ferreira. He took that fight at lightweight. I think he's fought at lightweight before, to be honest. The layoff, he could have been working. I don't know. He could work in. He could be good for him. Having some time off. He might have needed the time off. So I'm not really looking at those things. That's all things outside of the fight. I can't control none of that stuff. I'm just focusing on the task at hand. I've got to stay switched on. I've got to, work my game plan, which I will do, and go in there and get the victory.
Who've been some of the main training partners for this camp leading into the fight?
Yeah, so I've been training a lot with. I trained with Leon a lot. I know Leon's a switch hitter, Southpaw now, but I trained a lot with him the past few weeks. I was training with Tim Wild, Aidan Lee, Young Shea. We've got a good, solid, like really good up and coming amateur. He's going to be in the UFC, guaranteed. There's been a few guys I'm working with, and I'm ready to go, man. Some good kickboxers as well I've been working with. Just working with Leon, the guy's like one of the best. He's gonna be like the next few weeks. He's gonna be proven to be the best in the world at his weight. So just working with that guy is unbelievable. So I'm ready to go, man. Whoever.
And what's the buzz like around camp right now? Not only for the fact you got this big UFC London card, there's a lot of UK fighters on there, but Leon finally got his title shot. I know a lot of people were waiting to see if that was going to happen. He was in Vegas last week at the presser. Like, how much of a boost was that to the team, just seeing Leon get that long overdue opportunity?
This is what I'm saying to you as well. Like, I'm just having training with Leon. Like, obviously, we've known that he's had the shot for a while now, and like the gym, like, has been buzzing. You know what I mean? Sparring days. The gym's rammed. We're doing extra work now because obviously he's got this big fight coming up. So even then, during my camp now, we've been doing extra work. Going the extra mile, doing more rounds, doing more things for conditioning and stuff. We just really. I'm sorry, that's just help me. Help me progress. Help the other lads who have got fights coming up. Some lads got fights on Cage Warriors. They've got fights on like shows in Europe. Everyone's progressing just because of that. Leon's he's setting an example, setting pace, and we have to keep up with him. Do you know what I mean? We have to push. Not only that, we have to push him. You see, so that's making us improve.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. And kind of on the note of team, who's going to be in your corner for this fight? Who will be in the cage with you that night?
My coach Joby, Leon Edwards, and Tim Wild.
Oh, cool.
So, very experienced corner, top guys.
That's awesome. And how do you envision the fight playing out on July 23rd? I know you said, 3 rounds. You want to really, go out there and showcase everything. But how do you envision it going down as far as the fight?
I envision, I'm looking at 3 rounds. Like I say, I'm not going in there thinking I'm just going to, and smashing and getting him out in the first. I'm playing a long game. I'm going to go in there, keep it, keep focused, keep my shape, keep to my game plan. I feel like I'm going to get him frustrated. He's going to be looking to wrestle. He can look to wrestle as well because I'm looking to wrestle too. If he wants to grapple, let's go. But I'm going to get him frustrated, keep working my game plan. And then, finally, the opening's there. I'll take the opening as I've done many a time.
Yeah. No, I hear you,
my record speaks for itself, my finishes. Even in my amateur career, I was getting how many finishes I got in there. I'm a clinical guy. And when the time is right, I'll take it.
And I imagine you want to get one more fight in this year, maybe 2 if all goes well. Obviously focuses on July 23rd, but after that, keep it active.
100%, yeah. Definitely, I want another fight after this fight this year. But who knows, yeah, man. 2 fights, that'd be amazing. I know the UFC, they got a lot of guys that get fights, man. So, but if I get another 2 in, that would be superb.
You got to be feeling good with the new contract. I mean, that's got to give a little boost, just knowing the company's behind you. You don't have to worry about, you can always be cut at any time, but still the fact that they went out there and said, hey, we like you enough that we want to give you this new contract. That's got to feel good, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was up in the air after the last fight. I was thinking, oh, man, but I feel like then all of a sudden I got the news that, oh, now you're on UFC London and they've given you another 4-fight contract. It's like, oh, I must be doing something right, Obviously, they must see that, they must know that I've got potential, and they must see something in me. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of guys in the UFC who have not done very well the first 4 or 5 fights, 4 fights, 3 fights or whatever, and they've gone on to do great things, and I'm going to be one of those guys.
Yeah, I'll give you a good example. Max Holloway, I think he started his UFC career 4-3. Went on to be featherweight champion, right? So it just goes to show. It's not where you start, it's where you finish, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all these big fights I've had, against these big names and stuff and top guys, he's just put me in good stead, you know what I mean? Like, nothing's gonna shock me now. Like, I've been there, done that, you know what I mean? I'm prepared to go into these big fights or this pressure. The pressure makes me I thrive under the pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's all been a blessing the way I see.
Jai, thanks so much for doing this, man. We're looking forward to the card. It's UFC London coming up here July 23rd. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
I thank my team, Renegades Jiu-Jitsu, for sticking behind me, and all my training partners down there, all my coaches. Yeah, man. And I thank my fiance, my family, who stuck behind me. You know what I mean, for all this, all my fighting career, and all the hard times and stuff. And yeah, man, I'm doing it for them. July 23rd. Get ready for another stunning performance from Mr. Herbert.